So to start this work, the first thing you want to do is browse to your SiteGround account at siteground.com and log in. And after you put in your credentials, it'll take you to the Home tab. You want to click on the My Accounts tab, and from there, click on the red Go to cPanel button. And I have a video on this page here in SiteGround. You should definitely watch that to familiarize yourself with all the different tools here. But go down to the Auto Installer section and click on the WordPress link. And this will take you to the WordPress Softaculous installer. Go ahead and read through this material here. This should all be review for you, but after you've read the comments here, click on the blue Install button, and then be sure to choose the version that you want. I would choose the latest one. For me, at the time of this recording, it was 5.2.2. And you want to use just HTTP. You don't need the S. And then here is the key. You don't want to install this in your root directory. Just call this Travel 1 or Travel 2 or Travel 0. I'm just going to go ahead and label this Travel 0. And you can go ahead and put in your site name here. This is TravelSite or something equivalent. A practice Elementor, which is the purpose here, is to learn Elementor. Practice Elementor site. And then here in the username, I would just use admin. You can use whatever you want, but just write it down and remember it. I'm going to use admin, admin, admin for the password. It's not a strong password, but this is just a practice website. If you have something else you want to use and that you'll remember, go ahead and go with it. But if you tend to forget usernames and passwords, you might want to just use the same thing that I'm using here. Everything else should be default. Language, English. You can turn off the WordPress starter. You don't need that. You're going to be installing your own starter content that I've prepared for you. And then click on the install button at the bottom and check the progress of this. Make sure it doesn't hang on you. Should reach 100%. And then once it's reached 100%, you'll notice there's two links. There's one to the website itself and there's one to the back end. I would check both of these to make sure that yours looks similar to mine here. There's no broken links. There's nothing missing. So there's the front end. It's going to be very plain, but we're going to change that soon. And then click on the back end. Usually if there's a problem, you'll see it right here. This will not work. Sometimes it'll ask you to log in. Just remember again your login credentials. And that should get you into the dashboard. And from there, we're going to get started adding the plugins and the theme that you'll use, and then we'll start building that very first page.